Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I stand before you to speak about a story that goes beyond the ropes of the boxing ring, a story that captures the very heart of competition, of triumph, of the ever-turning wheel of recognition. Naoya Inoue, a name that echoes like a thunderclap in every corner of the boxing world, has once again proven his greatness with a victory over Murjon Akhmadaliev. Yet, despite the brilliance of that win, the conversation in the sport is not about celebration alone. It is about a ranking, a number, a place on a list that seeks to define the pound-for-pound best. After the Akhmadaliev fight, Inoue found himself ranked third in the prestigious pound-for-pound standings. For many fans, for many analysts, that felt like a puzzle without an answer. How could a fighter so dominant, so fearless, and so technically perfect be placed anywhere but at the top? The United States broadcasters, seasoned voices who have witnessed the rise and fall of countless champions, were quick to share their perspective. They spoke not with criticism, but with sympathy. No fault of his own, they said. Those words carry weight, they carry respect, because this isn't about a misstep by Inoue. It isn't about a flaw in his performance. It is about the landscape of boxing itself, about the sheer difficulty of stopping the momentum of another great fighter, Terence Crawford. Crawford, the reigning welterweight king, remains a force of nature. He has taken on the biggest challenges, conquered divisions, and left no doubt about his supremacy. The broadcasters understand that keeping Crawford from the top of the pound-for-pound list is like trying to hold back the tide. It's not easy, it might even be impossible. But that doesn't mean Inoue's star has dimmed. On the contrary, his victory over Akhmadaliev was a masterclass in precision and power. Every jab, every counter, every movement told the story of a fighter at the height of his craft. The broadcasters noted this with admiration. They recognized the artistry. They saw how Inoue controlled the ring, how he dictated pace, how he landed combinations that left Akhmadaliev guessing. This was the monster at his best. And yet, the rankings are a reflection of timing as much as talent. Crawford's recent wins have been monumental. His name carries the weight of history, of dominance across multiple divisions. The committee that decides these rankings does not move lightly. Fans, however, see it differently. Across social media, in gyms, in living rooms, the debate rages. Shouldn't Inoue's brilliance be enough to claim the throne? Hasn't he done everything asked of him? Some point to the level of opposition. They argue that Crawford's resume is filled with giants, while Inoue's opponents, though formidable, do not carry the same mainstream recognition. It's a debate that will not end tonight, or tomorrow. But what cannot be debated is the respect that Inoue commands. Broadcasters in the US went out of their way to emphasize that this drop to third place is not a slight. It is not a criticism. It is simply the reality of a sport where greatness is crowded, where legends exist side by side. They reminded us that pound-for-pound rankings are not a verdict on a fighter's soul. They are snapshots in time, reflections of moments. And in this moment, Crawford's shadow is long. Still, listen to the tone of those voices. Listen to the admiration that flows when they speak of Inoue. They call him a generational talent. They call him a warrior. They call him one of the most complete boxers alive. When they say, no fault of his own, they are telling us that Inoue has done everything right. That he has not faltered. That his climb continues. And when they add, it's hard to stop Crawford, they are telling us that greatness can coexist. That sometimes, two kings can reign at once. Inoue's journey is not over. Far from it. This ranking, this number 3, is only fuel for the fire that already burns within him. He will see it not as a setback but as a challenge. Imagine the next fight. Imagine the monster stepping into the ring with that quiet fury, knowing the world questions his position. That is when legends sharpen their edge. The broadcasters see it coming. They know that every time Inoue fights, he has the power to change the conversation. One more spectacular win, one more breathtaking performance, and the pound-for-pound debate will tilt again. Fans in Tokyo, fans in New York, fans in Manila, they all feel it. They know that greatness cannot be held down by a number. Even Akhmadaliev, in defeat, paid tribute. He knew he had faced something extraordinary. His words were full of respect for the man who stood across from him. Inoue's team, too, understands. They speak not of frustration but of opportunity. They know that the monster's path is long and that history remembers more than rankings. Crawford himself, were he to speak, would likely agree. Real champions recognize real champions. There is no bitterness in this rivalry, only mutual recognition of brilliance. The broadcasters closed their remarks with a simple truth. boxing is richer because of fighters like Naoya Inoue. And so the story continues. From the bright lights of the Tokyo Dome to the electric arenas of Las Vegas, Inoue's name will continue to draw crowds, to inspire awe. Third place today could be first tomorrow. That is the beauty of this sport. Every punch he throws is a statement. Every victory is an argument. The pound-for-pound list is not a cage. It cannot contain the spirit of a fighter like Inoue. He knows it, his fans know it, the broadcasters know it. When they speak with sympathy, they are not pitying him. They are honoring him. They are telling the world that Naoya Inoue is still among the very best, a master of his art, a champion in every sense. So let the rankings say what they will. Let the debates rage in bars and gyms and online forums. The monster will keep fighting. He will keep thrilling us. He will keep chasing greatness. And one day soon, perhaps sooner than anyone expects, the number beside his name will change again. Because in the end, numbers fade, but legacy endures. Naoya Inoue's legacy is still being written, and every round, every fight, every triumph adds another line to a story that no ranking can define. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this: greatness cannot be measured by a single list. It lives in the roar of the crowd, in the gasp of awe, in the quiet respect of rivals and commentators alike. That is why Naoya Inoue, ranked third or not, remains a champion of the world, and in the hearts of many, the true number one.